Okay. We should say welcome.
Welcome. Welcome to our new intern.
No, welcome to another episode.
Oh.
All right, ready? Welcome to another episode of Heidi and Tony Explore Cleveland. And we would like to welcome our new intern.
Yes.
Or, I don't know, he's more than an intern.
He's teaching us things.
Yes, our new head of the IT department.
He's our CIO?
No, because I'm still doing a lot of it. But he's editing, and he's setting
director.
us up.
He's the director of...
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Director of...
The podcast.
No.
Oh. Production. Post-production.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our production director.
We got a thumbs up. Anyways, he's Matt. We've talked about him several times. I've talked about him several times. And he's gone on some of our adventures with us.
Yes.
So, League Park he was at, and the Christmas lighting ceremony.
Yeah.
And probably something else that I'm not remembering. Noble Beast.
Yes.
Which was part of League Park. Back in the day when we used to do 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah. So he's been a great help already so far.
Yes, I agree. He actually edited one of our latest episodes.
Which one?
I don't remember. I gave him one to edit. Which one was it? Do you remember?
Nuevo.
Oh, Nuevo. No, he was like, first of all, he didn't get to me falling down the steps yet. But he did say, oh my God, he started yelling at me. I didn't know why he was yelling at me because I said that you had referenced that I showed our personal information on camera. Because I was trying to show the present that you got me, the book, the Rocket Notebook. Is that what this is called?
Rocket book? Yes.
So anyways, he started yelling at me.
Did you hear my stomach?
I did. I think the microphone probably heard your stomach.
I'm sorry. My stomach is making noises.
Okay.
I have tummy troubles.
Moving on.
Yes, moving on.
From your tummy troubles?
I have many troubles today, so...
Yes, I was also being very inconsiderate. Cause she texted me she had a headache. And then she didn't respond for like 3 hours. And I told the guys, I said, I don't know. I really think she's probably dead. And I'm going to have to go and find her.
Well, seriously, my phone was not notifying me that anybody was texting me.
Well.
So, you usually get the little icon with the 1 or 2 or whatever. Mm-hmm. It wasn't showing that I had any texts.
Oh.
So.
And one of my texts was, are you okay? And then an hour later, I said, should I come find you? And you still no response.
So, anyways.
She's still struggling.
Yeah. I'm fine. I just have a headache, I have head
Paul
issues.
said, oh, wow, she was really dizzy yesterday, too. I said, she has a headache and is dizzy every day of her life.
I am.
I'm so inconsiderate.
Some days are worse than others.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you are, though. I don't mean to be so inconsiderate. I do also want to brag about Paul and Matt this weekend.
Oh, yes.
Because they built me a flower garden.
We will post a picture of that because it is so very beautiful.
It is. It's very impressive, and they did a lot of hard work to get it done. So, yeah. Speaking of Paul being concerned of you, he was very concerned this morning about you.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
It's because he doesn't have anybody around here that appreciates his humor.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not so good at appreciating the type of humor he has.
So.
I heard somebody say that laughter, the more you laugh, the more vulnerable you are, and I feel like that's why I don't laugh as often as I should.
Oh, I don't believe that. Not at all.
Because I really hardly ever laugh.
Yeah, I don't believe that it makes you vulnerable at all.
Oh. Okay. No, it means that you're able to be more vulnerable.
Oh. No.
Okay, we'll move on from that subject.
Yeah, I don't whatever.
What else do you have going on? Anything exciting?
I got a graduation party to go to after we're done recording.
It's that time of year.
It is that time of year. We're going to have a graduation party here. I'm going to bring balloons.
Okay. Oh, I did share with Matt some things on his Google Calendar. I actually taught him that he has a Google Calendar. So I'm putting it on record.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. That I love sharing all of the podcast stuff. Because I did send him the one episode and he had no idea like when it was dropping or what was going on. So.
Oh, why don't you just add him to our Google Calendar?
That's exactly what I just said I did.
You added him to our Google Calendar.
Yeah, and then I taught him that he has a Google Calendar for me to add him to.
That's not what you said.
Oh. Well, that's what I meant.
Okay. You taught him that to use the Google Calendar. You didn't say that you added him to our Google Calendar.
I did, though. Whatever. I did add him to our calendar. Because I sent him an episode and he had no idea when it was dropping. So I'm not adding him to all of our stuff, but just the episode drops.
Okay.
Like, I'm sure he doesn't care that we're going to the Duct Tape Festival or things like that.
Maybe he does.
Maybe.
Maybe he would like to join us on some of those.
I do always invite him.
So maybe if you share that information with him, then he would be like, hey, I would like to go to that with you.
Okay. I'll share more things.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yes.
So for this adventure.
We went to the Lake County Captains. I messed this whole thing up. First of all, I thought that they were in Avon. And they're in Eastlake. And second of all, I thought they were the Lake Erie Captains. And they're the Lake County Captains. So this is why we do the podcast for people like me.
Yeah.
To be in the know. And we even went to dinner, Paul and Matt and I, on Friday. And the waiter said, do you have any plans? And I said, we're going to the Lake Erie Captains. I'm sure I said Erie. And the guy said, oh, is that over on the east side? I said, no, it's in Avon. Anyways, again, that's why we do the podcast. So then I was Googling the directions on Saturday morning, and I said, oh my gosh, this isn't in Avon at all. And Paul said, that waiter tried to tell you.
Oh boy.
Anyways, but that's where we went.
That is where we went.
Have you been before?
I have been to minor league games before. I love going to minor league games.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yes. Not that I don't like the major league games, but it's a lot going to the major league games. It's a lot going to the minor league games too. I mean, they really make it fun. But everything's right there at the minor league games. You know what I mean?
No, like what?
Like you get to sit very, very close to all of the action.
We were in row A.
Yes, right there.
Yes.
Right behind home plate.
We were.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
It was.
And guess how much we paid for those tickets?
How much?
$23.
That's amazing.
For those front row seats.
Yeah.
I didn't like the front row seats.
No?
No.
Why?
Because I kept getting dust in my eyes.
Oh. So they did, when we walked in, I don't know if you saw, but they were wetting down the dust, the dirt.
Yeah, but I saw them do it on the infield. I didn't see them doing it
They did it everywhere.
by where we were.
For that reason, so
Yeah.
that they wouldn't get dust everywhere. But they can only control it so much.
I agree.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I did too. It was good. And it was cool being that close too, I will say.
Yes.
Aside from the dust. But it was really cool being that close. I think more people need to go to these games.
Oh yeah.
They're affordable. They're friendly. I mean, and they're fun. I think more people should go.
Oh, for sure. It's a great time.
And it was odd to me, although I don't know why, but it was odd to me, like, it's literally right in the middle of the town of Eastlake.
Yeah.
Like, you just literally drive to the location, and then all of a sudden, the park is right there.
Yeah.
In the middle of the city. If I lived in Eastlake, I definitely would be going to more of these games.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good time. And they have different price ranges for the seating. I mean, we got the most expensive seats.
They do have different price ranging. I did look them up before you came over today. So ours were $23. I tried to just do, because we bought our tickets way back in February.
Mm-hmm.
So then I just tried to do, like, to buy today to see, like, how much they were today. The most expensive tickets today were $20 for today. And then the lowest price tickets were $10 for today. But then there were a variety of different tickets in different sections. Some were like $18, some were $12. So there was just like a variety of different ticket prices that you could get. So I thought that that was cool. And they have a, what was that called out there in the outfield? Like a grassy section that you could go and sit at. They said that's first come, first serve.
Yeah.
And they have putt-putt golf out there too.
Yeah.
Which we didn't do.
And you could bring your own chair in to sit in the grassy section.
I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to Wrigley Park one time. I know that's not going to be a fan of for the Cleveland people, but it was just something I did when I was in Chicago to go. And they had seats like that up on the top where, I don't know if it was like for the apartment that was right there or whatever, but they had kind of cool seats like that. But that's the original stadium out there too. That's what it reminded me of, that grassy section.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tony, I do want to say, she got us hooked up while we were there yesterday.
Yeah. The announcer.
Yeah, she went and talked to the announcer. And
Andrew.
And then she said, we're going to talk to the announcer. I thought you were putting us on the big screen.
Oh, no, that wasn't my goal at all.
And I got real nervous. I was like, I don't want to do that.
No, I talked to people to try and get information about what's happening. You know, they had medical people standing around. They had, other people sitting back behind booths doing other things.
And then they had, like, the ball thing, like, where you could
buy a bag of balls. That was a fundraiser going on.
Right.
And he actually took us to talk to Frank.
Well, no. You're going ahead of the game here. So this guy, the announcer, came and sat down with us. And he was like, what's going on? People get confused about when we say we're doing a podcast because they think we're doing it live.
Right.
And we're not doing it live. So he came and sat down with his cameraman.
Correct.
And his cameraman was...
Andrew as well.
Oh, they both were Andrew?
Yes.
Okay. And Andrew was graduating high school today, Independence High School.
Yeah.
And he was their camera person. So all of a sudden he starts asking us about our podcast, and all of a sudden he was like, okay, you guys are the next promotion. Like, he literally sprung it on us. Did you know that was going to be the thing?
No, I had no idea.
Okay,
no clue.
I didn't know if you were in on that. So he said, you guys are going to be the next promotion. He hands Tony the camera.
He hands me the camera, and I had to find Horatio, who is their mascot.
Did they tell you where he was going to be?
No.
You just found him that easily?
Like, he was just telling me. Well, the crowd was telling me.
Oh, the crowd was.
The crowd was telling me, over there, over there, over there. And he, the way that he handed me the camera, I was standing in that direction.
Okay.
So when Andrew handed me the camera...
And he was giving you a tutorial on the camera.
He was just giving me instructions on how to work the camera.
Right.
So... Yeah, and then I had to find Horatio, their mascot, and I found him.
And then she won a Myers gift package.
Yes. Yeah, it was fun.
That was fun. And then all of a sudden, he said, come with me. And so he took us and handed us off to...
Frank.
That's why I thought his name.
Fan First Frank.
Yes. And he gave us a little insider's tour,
He did.
which was super cool.
It was super cool.
So he took us up to where the suites are.
And when you first get off the elevator, there is a bunch of photos of the excuse me.
Of the teams, right? The captains over the years?
Yes.
Yeah. Like group photos of the captains, team photos.
Captain's Crow Nest Hall of Fame. And then the first suite he took us to was the owner's suite. Mm-hmm. Heidi loved that one.
Yeah, because it was all about diving. There was an old-fashioned diver's helmet that was sitting on the table really big, like I think a real actual helmet.
Yeah.
So I was really excited about that.
It was very nice in there. And he said that you can actually rent that one if it's not being used. Mm-hmm. So you just have to call them. And then the next suite he took us to was
the 80s arcade suite.
That one was so awesome.
So I did look up some of this. I didn't find information about the owner's suite.
I think you have to call specifically.
You have to fill out a form online.
Yeah.
But the 80s arcade suite holds up to 20 fans. And there's arcades in the room. It's very retro. The carpet's retro. It's very like glow in the darkish.
Yeah, there's a bunch of neon.
Yeah, and then there's TVs, like tube TVs that are playing like MTV videos back in the day.
Oh yeah, with the music and everything.
Right. And then there's all the arcade games, but then there's outside access where you have your own private like stadium box where you can watch the game outside.
Yeah.
So we were standing out on the bench yelling for Paul. Oh, and my friend Jackie came.
Yes.
And we were standing out on the where the seats are, and we were saying, Paul, Jackie, they couldn't find us. So then we texted them, look up and to your left. Well, we texted Paul. He didn't know what look up and left meant. So then I texted Jackie, and then they found us.
Yes.
We were waving. Yes. But to rent that 80s arcade suite, it's $9.99 for 20 tickets. Extra tickets are $49. And then food and beverage costs are extra. So just to keep that in mind. But it is fun for parties. Like it did say on the website, things like birthday parties, work parties, things like that.
Yeah, if I could do that, I would. I just think it's so much fun at the captains at the minor league games, and the captain's game especially was fun. Mm-hmm. That game especially was a nail biter. We'll get into that later.
And then there was a speakeasy suite, which features 1920s Prohibition era theme. That's what I should say. With a private bar and catering options. Mm-hmm. And we got to go to that private bar.
We did.
Yes. And the lady was going to serve us. I didn't know if we were allowed to order from there or not, so I just said no thank you.
Well, they do have drink options and everything downstairs as well where we were. But it was at the other end. It's only at one end. Closer to where the mini golf
I just didn't know
is.
Yeah, I just didn't know, like, we were just walking around in these suites. So
right.
I wasn't sure what was allowed or not allowed. And then he took us into the recording booths.
Oh yeah, he was like, you can go in, just be very quiet.
Yeah. I get super excited about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So the initial access was like where the newspaper reporters would be. So that wasn't too much, like we didn't have to be quiet there because it's literally nothing's being said. It's just like people working on their computers and everything.
And then they opened the door to the announcer for the away game.
Correct.
I didn't realize these games were being announced on the radio. There's a lot that I learned.
That either, yeah.
Yeah. So and that they bring an away announcer
right
to announce these on, which makes sense because in the major league that would happen.
Right.
So we got to just peek in on that guy, and then we went around to the other side and we went to the home announcer booth.
Right.
Yeah.
Broadcast booth, I
Yes,
guess.
broadcast booth.
And yeah, and that one is much bigger. And
Oh, was it? I didn't go in.
Yeah, it's much bigger, and there was much more going on in there.
Well, that makes sense. The
Right,
home team.
yeah.
Right? Yeah, but that was really cool.
Yeah, so I took pictures of that too.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. I really just stepped in for a minute, took 2 pictures, and walked out.
I was afraid to go in just because, again, I know he kept saying the mics are hot, and I just didn't want to cause too much. I wanted to go in, but I didn't want to cause too much commotion for that, so.
Yeah,
Anyways,
really cool.
so we went, and all of those suites up there do have those stadium seating, the private stadium seating that you can go out and enjoy the game from that upper deck, which does give a nice view of the whole park.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Of course. I mean, it's up higher. So, yeah. So that was cool. You got to hold the camera. And then Frank took us downstairs. He took us to the wall where they honor those who get moved up to the major leagues.
Right, those that are called up.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few that
names.
get called up, yeah.
Do you remember any of them?
I don't.
Well, he kept mentioning Lindor.
Oh, Francisco, yeah.
Yeah. And
Well, yeah, because he's a big one on the Guardians team right now.
Right. Oh, I wore my Guardian shirt today. Yeah.
Yeah.
In honor. Because they are a plus team for the Guardians.
Right. Yeah. They are what's the name for it?
I don't know. What name are
can't
you looking for?
Oh, that's not the one. Affiliated with the Guardians. So.
Oh, that's the word you were looking for that whole time?
Yes.
Oh, the affiliate.
They're a high A affiliate and affiliated with the Guardians.
And not all of those guys got moved to the Guardians. Sometimes they got moved to other major leagues.
Yeah, Frank
as well.
mentioned that some went to the Yankees. He mentioned names that went to the Yankees. So.
But that is a cool wall to check out. You should definitely check it out.
Oh yeah, that's just outside the gates. So.
Which you can, I do want to point out too, you can go in and out with the same ticket. Because I actually went back out to my car and got my coat.
Yes,
because it dropped like 20 degrees in one day. And I was freezing.
It was wonderful. It was beautiful. It was nice and breezy.
But anyways, you can go in and out of the stadium. So that was very nice.
Yes.
Yes. So you want to take a break?
I think we should take a break.
Okay.
So we will be back after a message from our sponsor, the Cooper Foundation.
Stay tuned.
Everyone needs a helping hand from time to time. Families that have children with special needs need it more than most. That's where we come in. The Cooper Foundation. In 2015, Craig and Christine Cooper decided it was time to lend that helping hand. Having a daughter with autism, the Coopers wanted to help families that didn't qualify for assistance. Over the last 8 years, we've provided funding for communication devices, summer camps, and other items these children need. The Cooper Foundation continues year after year to extend our reach in the community. We have many projects on the horizon, including our annual fundraisers and our ADA-compliant playground project. Our dedication to children and young adults is something special. For more information, please visit thecoopfoundation.com.
Welcome back from the break.
Yes, welcome back.
Welcome back.
That's enough of that.
Okay.
Don't do that to our listeners.
I wanted to talk about our seats when we first sat down. We were had perfect center view of
Summer Winds.
Summer Winds.
And what did they do, Heidi?
They did the anthem.
The
I knew that's what
national
they were
anthem.
going to do.
Yes, and they were all woodwind instruments,
And it was super cool.
except for the drums.
I was going to say plus a drum.
Yeah.
It was really cool. They did the national anthem for us.
Yes, they played it. Nobody sang. Well, no, there were people singing.
Correct.
There were people singing.
How many were there? Like 6?
Oh,
7?
Something like that.
Yeah. Do we take a picture of them? I think we do have a picture that we
did.
can post
Yes.
of them.
Yeah, they did a great job.
And, right, and then people in the stands were singing.
Yeah, it was great.
It was really good.
I enjoyed it.
They had t-shirts with their names on. I can't find their website, so I don't know if they have one or not, but they did a great job.
They did.
Kudos to them.
Yes. That was nice.
And we also went on sausage night.
Yes. They call it Sausage Fest.
You know, Paul wouldn't feed me all day because he said it was sausage night.
Heidi's an adult and she can feed herself, so not sure why this is Paul's fault.
Well, he was too busy doing that garden. But
Oh, that's right! The garden that we're going to take a picture of and post.
Yeah.
You'll see why Paul couldn't feed her.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But anyways, yeah, so we went to Sausage Fest. He and I think he had like 3 sausages and I had 2.
They were good.
Yeah.
You could get peppers on them.
Yeah, peppers and onions.
Just peppers.
Oh, I thought there were onions too.
No.
The one that I had was super spicy. He got me one with jalapeno cheese in it. It was spicy. I was kind of a pain going through the line. I don't know if you paid
She was a
attention.
pain. Oh my gosh. She's like, can I have one that's a little more well done?
I like my sausages cooked.
They were cooked. They
But I
just
like
were
when they-
very browned on the outside.
Yeah, that's what I like.
So they were cooked. They were like steamed.
Mm-hmm.
She ordered an Italian sausage, and they browned them on the grill. And it was browned. It just wasn't browned a lot. And she's like, can I have this one instead? And it was it wasn't an Italian sausage. It was some Irish sausage.
It was an Irish banger.
And she was like, "Oh, never mind. I'll have the Italian sausage." She's like,
But
"Can
I need
just
that
have
one."
Can I have one that's a little more well done?" And he's like, "I think this is
I think
as
he
well
lied
done
to
as
me.
it's gonna get." They were all the same, and I'm trying to tell the guy, "I'll just take that one." Like,
Did you get
poor
the Italian
guy-
sausage too?
Yes.
I know, I feel bad for him too. No, but Paul knows that's how I like my sausages, well done. Like when he makes me the breakfast sausages, I like them to be very well done. And when I eat a hot dog, I like it to be very well done.
I understand that, but
I like it like
there's this long line behind us with all these people.
and he's trying to find the most well done for me. I'm sorry to whoever that guy was.
You should
I
be
ate
very
the
sorry.
sausage. I want another
She did.
sausage now.
You just had lunch.
I know, but that sausage sounded good. And I never did get that Irish banger. I would have liked that too.
You could have got it while we were standing
I know,
there.
I should have. But I didn't.
Okay, well,
But that was one of the
We-
reasons why we picked tickets for this night.
we apologize to that gentleman at the grill that was serving people. Heidi is very difficult. Thank God there were no tomatoes.
Ugh.
Um,
Oh, I gotta tell you a story.
Tell me the story.
So at my new job, once a month they provide us with lunch. And we've been getting DeBella subs a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And this one kid, I say kid because he's very young. He just, I think, graduated college or something. And he went to the person who orders the subs. And she gets real angry when people are high maintenance because she orders for a lot of people. And, you know, she's trying to do it for a group order.
Sure.
Right?
That is a lot of people, yes.
Anyways, he comes in and he's like, when you order these subs for tomorrow, it's just going to be like meat and cheese on the bread, right? And she's like, nope, they come fully loaded. And he was like, so, like, there'll be tomatoes on the bread? And she said, yes. And he said, I mean, they're just not easy to pick off. they leave residue behind, and I don't really like tomatoes. And she said, you'll get along with Heidi very well. And so I went to find him. I said, do you not like tomatoes? And he said, no. And I don't like when they leave residue. And I said, oh, I understand. I totally understand. Tomatoes cannot just be easily picked off your sandwich. And then it made me think of when we were at Collision Bend.
And you threw the tomato.
I was traumatized. I apologize to that lady, too. What was her name? Bianca?
I think so.
Anyways. But there were no tomatoes. It was Italian sausage night, or sausage fest night with different sausages. Every Saturday is sausage fest night. So if you like the sausage, go on that night.
Yeah. It's good sausage.
It was. I could go for more. Anyways.
Okay. Moving on.
Moving on. If you would like to know what the rest of their promotions are, we have them written down.
Tuesdays.
Taco Tuesday!
Yum for tacos. Wednesdays.
Wine Wednesday featuring local wineries.
That sounds like a great night.
That does too. I agree.
Thursday. My kind of day.
This is also, we brought Jackie with us, and she picked up on this right away too. It's Bring Your Human Thursday. Bring Human Thursday, right? So dogs are welcome. And as soon as you walk in, it says something about dogs to the left or something. There was a sign.
Yeah.
That says something about the dogs.
And Friday.
Our firework Fridays.
Yeah.
And when I was taking these notes, I thought, I got confused on my days. And I'm like, wait a minute, there weren't any fireworks last night. And then I realized, oh, we went on Sausage Fest.
Yes.
Not Fireworks Day.
And then Saturday, Sausage Fest. Mm-hmm. And then Sunday.
Sunday, I didn't know this. It says Throwback Cleveland History Day.
Yeah.
That would be a cool day to go on.
It would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like Cleveland in general or Cleveland baseball.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting.
Very
If anybody goes on Sundays, let us know.
Yeah, I would like to go a lot more.
Well, you could get yourself a package.
Really?
Yeah. They
Tell me
have
about
package
these packages.
deals. Yes, so you could do a 3-season package, which is 60 home games per season. So you could do, 180 games.
Wow.
And that is $3.99 per person per seat, which is a 37% savings.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Or you could do just a 1-season deal, which is $4.99 per seat, and that's a 21% savings. 21% serving. 21% saving. And that's also for the 60 home games. But if that's too much for you to commit to, you can also do your mini plans, which are 35 games, 20 games, 12 games, or there's 12 game plus an all-you-can-eat package. And I didn't write all those down. But the all-you-can-eat thing, I did look up what that was, and it seemed pretty good. The all-you-can-eat thing. It wasn't just, limited to, one stand or one concession stand or whatever. And it included dessert. And I believe it said, upscale dessert.
Wow.
Yeah. So speaking of dessert, we got funnel cakes.
Oh, we did get funnel cakes. So you could smell the funnel cakes the instant you walked into the park.
Yeah, I said, oh my, this place smells amazing.
And it was the 8th inning.
Yeah.
And because Heidi and I smelled them while we were up looking at the other suites. Mm-hmm. And we sat back down and I was like, I want a funnel cake. And Heidi's like, I want a funnel cake too. And then she disappeared. And I was like, she better come back with a funnel cake for me too.
Well, wait, so at the bottom of the 7th inning, they did the sausage run.
They did.
So I didn't know what the sausage run was going to be. But it was just they opened the gates and all of these people ran across the field.
So they had a kids fun run.
Oh, that's what that was?
There was the kids fun run, and then The sausage run was basically the adults can run.
Oh. So basically it was just like across the outfield.
Across the outfield, yes.
Yeah. So when I go up, all of these people were running towards me when I went up where the concession stands were. I was like, oh, I picked the wrong time to come up. But Paul made me nervous because he said the stands are going to be closing soon.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I figured, top of the 8th.
Yeah.
Bottom of the 7th, top of the 8th. We have 2 innings left.
Right.
They're not going to be open much longer.
Yes, I went up and got our funnel cakes.
Oh, and there was a ball that went out that way too.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, and I was like, oh no, I hope Heidi didn't get hit with the ball.
I didn't see the ball. There were a lot of pop-ups that were
oh yeah,
coming
they went
up all the way over
the stadium.
Yeah. Paul and Jackie were like, I hope our cars are okay.
The cars aren't parked over there, so it's fine.
Yeah. But some of them actually came into the seats, too. Not a lot, but some of them did come in the seats, too.
Yeah.
So we were protected by that big net. And some of them came, like, right at the net at us.
Yeah.
Like, right in our faces. So that was kind of excitement.
Yes.
For the game. So I also want to point out to you that funnel cakes are pretty much donuts.
No.
Fried dough and powdered sugar.
Very different.
How?
It's more like a pancake than a donut.
But it's still fried dough.
Very different than a donut.
Okay. I like them both, so.
Yeah, no. Very different than a donut. Let us know what you think.
That's true.
Please comment. I think a funnel cake is very different than a donut.
Okay. Anyways, we got those at the 8th inning.
They were good. Yeah, they were very good.
Right.
We parked.
No. Oh, yeah.
No.
You can say that we parked. You said parking was going to be $10. Did you find that online?
That was in their lot. We did not park in their lot.
Where was their lot? Where all the balls go?
Parking in their lot is $10.
Oh, well, we parked in a lot for $5.
We did.
And it was super close to the stadium.
Yeah, the gate was open to go right into the stadium. So,
yeah. And as soon as I got there, I needed to use the restroom.
Yeah, she's like, are there outhouses anywhere?
I wanted to stop at a gas station, really. And then we had to wait for Jackie to get there because our tickets were digital.
Yeah.
So my first stop was the bathroom. Like, the lady scanned our tickets, and I was like, where are the bathrooms?
She did not wet herself.
No, I didn't.
So, that's
I
good.
will say there was a lot of stalls in that bathroom, but I struggled with getting some to lock. And then you got locked into one of them.
I did get locked in.
Yeah, the locks aren't so great on those stalls.
On some of them.
I went twice and the door swung open on me. I had to, like, hold it closed.
Go into the right stall. They were fully stocked with toilet paper. The both times I went in.
Yeah.
They were clean.
They were.
So I'm not going to complain about the cleanliness.
I think I used it like 3 times. Anyways.
So the locks were the only issue.
Were there bathrooms upstairs too? There has to be.
Yeah, there were bathrooms inside.
Oh, right. I remember seeing that now.
Yeah, the bathrooms were inside.
Yeah. Yeah, so we paid $5 a park. And then the bathrooms. Oh, I wanted to mention while you were talking about the national anthem. I did want to mention, at the end of the game, we found a POW seat.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's chained off in honor of those who have served.
It wasn't just POW, it was prisoner of war and those we have lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. Something cool that they did.
Yeah.
And they do have a lot of accessibility seating.
Yes. Very much so.
I thought all of that was cool. Even when we went up to those suites upstairs, we took the elevator up.
Right.
So all of that, of course, I mean, it's a big park. I'm sure it's all covered, but
yeah,
it is covered. They do have a team shop, gift shop. I don't know if it was called something different, like a merchandise shop. I don't.
Yeah, I think Team Shop. It's very big, actually. It was much bigger than I expected.
Agreed. And the mascot. They have a mascot.
Yeah, Horatio.
Which we got a picture with.
We did.
Yes. What was he supposed to be? A duck? A bird?
He was a bird. He was not a duck. A duck.
We had webbed feet.
Oh, lots of birds have webbed feet. Sorry, I was on the table.
Yes. Yes. So, I do want to mention how interactive the game was, too. He's probably like a seagull
He
or
does
something.
look like a seagull. Of
And they're
sorts.
very nautical. Like, their whole theme is nautical.
Well, yeah, captain
Yeah,
of a boat.
right. Scuba diving.
Yeah.
I do want to mention how interactive that the announcer Andrew is and what they've got going on, like in between the innings switching out and things like that. They've got all kinds of games and competitions and
Oh, yeah.
all the kinds of fun stuff that they're doing. So, I mean, I thought that was really good and entertaining.
It is entertaining. I mean, they had a chicken toss in between innings at one point.
Yeah, I had no idea what he was even talking about. He was like, if you can catch the chicken in the fryer. And I was like, what are they talking about? What's going on? And then you see these people running across with, like, the fryer baskets.
Yeah.
And these rubber chickens that were slingshotted across
Yeah.
the field. And these people trying to catch.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then they had these people in those like plastic bubble suits.
Oh, right.
Like it's like they're a ball, then they just run into each other. And that was hilarious because the one person kept getting flipped completely on top. Like it was hilarious. So it's very entertaining, and Andrew walks through the crowd like talking to people while he's announcing the game.
Right.
So it's very interactive.
Yeah.
And Horatio's walking all over talking to people, or not talking to people, but taking pictures and just it's
Getting the
all
crowd-
very
Getting the crowd all
very-
amped up. Yeah. And at the end of the game, if you bring a baseball to the game, they have players that will sign your baseball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we saw that when you were walking around looking for Frank. But there were all these kids that were coming up with signed baseballs, and I went over and looked, and there was one of the players that was signing all of their balls.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Imagine if you had Lindor's ball.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That would be really exciting.
Yeah, that
Probably
was really
a collector's
awesome.
item.
Oh,
So-
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
So, in
Yeah.
the ninth,
You want to talk about the game?
the top of the ninth inning. Well, the game was great. There were, I don't know, I think each team got 4 hits. Maybe the other team got 5 hits. And then the ninth inning, they had their 5th hit. And then our pitcher was losing steam. And
I
the
think,
bases
they
were
got
loaded.
5 and we had 4.
Okay. And the bases were loaded. It's the top of the 9th inning. Bases are loaded. I'm up at the top, like ready to go because all the screaming and everything, and I just couldn't take it anymore. But then the game's like it's a nail biter. Bases are loaded. With the other team players, and I'm
Yeah, it was
like,
the top
oh my
of the
gosh.
ninth. I think we were like up 2-0 or something.
Yes. And the bases are loaded. And I'm like,
And
oh
there
my
was
gosh,
no
I
outs.
cannot take it.
Right, no outs.
So I head back down to the seat because I'm literally like stressing, and our pitcher 1, 2, 3 got those outs. So it was a really
Yeah.
good game. It was
It
a
was.
really, really good game. So yeah, it was a great night. It was so fun. It's fairly inexpensive. So
it was even the food. Like those funnel cakes were only $5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was even the concession stands are fairly inexpensive. I don't think the sausages were that much money.
No, it was like $7 a piece.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're getting a nice sized sausage.
For being at a baseball game.
Right.
Yeah. So I thought that the prices were good. The ticket prices for us being row A was fantastic. I really thought that this was fun and affordable, family friendly, date night friendly, all of those things.
Absolutely. Highly recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the fact that everybody's so involved in everything, the announcer running around talking to everybody. I walked right up to him.
You did.
And introduced myself, and then he came down and talked to us.
Yeah.
And Frank, they're just so friendly there. Everybody was so friendly.
Yeah,
there.
the ticket takers were friendly.
Yeah.
Everybody was very friendly. It was a good game. I definitely would recommend going. And again, all of the different themes that they have, the promotions that they have, you've got to find something that's going to meet your need, right? Whether
Absolutely.
it's a dog-friendly night or the firework-friendly nights, you're going to find something. So I would highly recommend going to this.
Absolutely.
And they kept announcing, I don't think it happened. I don't know exactly what the promotion was, but like, you know how it'll say like if the Indians do like a shutout, like Taco Bell will give free tacos or something like that.
Oh, the car wash?
No, they were doing ice cream. They were saying something about you could get free ice cream, but I don't know what the promotion was.
Well, they also had a car wash. If the team gets 7 hits, you get a free car wash.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there was a banner in the back in the outfield that said if the team gets 7 hits, you get a free car wash. So
there you go.
That's really cool too. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so we recommend going.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm going to go back.
You should.
I'm going to. I love it. I loved it.
Now, what are is there a team in Avon?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've only been out east for minor league games.
Okay. Well, I was completely wrong on that. Anyways. And we talked about it at League Park, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's another stadium that's right in the middle of a city.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of baseball.
All right. So this is another great adventure. And we ask that you please check out the Cooper Foundation at thecoopfoundation.com. Make sure you get your tickets for their fundraiser on October 7th. Again, we will be there. And Jackie bought her ticket last night.
Yeah.
Yep.
So please join us.
And don't forget to follow us on Spotify, Google, Apple, or wherever you get your audio podcast. And then you can follow us on video podcasting at youtube.com.
Be sure
on our
to
YouTube channel.
Yes, be sure to subscribe.
Yes, follow, like, and review.
Yes. As always, thanks for listening.
Until next time.